The desert wind whispers across an endless sea of golden sand. The horizon trembles in the heat, and in the distance, rising from the earth like a mountain carved by gods, stands a perfect pyramid, silent, eternal, unchanged for nearly 5 millennia. It has endured storms, invasions, and the collapse of empires. It has watched the rise and fall of civilizations, yet it still stands, unbroken, magnificent, eternal, the Great Pyramid of Giza. A monument not to gods or kings alone, but to the will, unity, and imagination of humankind. This is the story of how the impossible was built, the story of the workers, architects, and dreamers who, 4,600 years ago, turned desert stone into eternity. The year is 2600 BC. The Nile River flows endlessly north, a ribbon of life cutting through a vast ocean of sand. On its banks, villages bloom, farmers harvest barley, fishermen cast their nets, children play under the burning sun. Each year, the Nile floods, destroying the fields, then renewing them, leaving behind a thick black soil that gives Egypt its name, the Black Land. But beyond this fertile strip lies death, the Red Land, the desert, endless and silent. And in this world between life and death, a single man dreams of immortality. Pharaoh Khufu, son of the sun god Ra, ruler of Upper and Lower Egypt, a living deity who believes that his soul must ascend to the heavens and live forever among the stars. To do that, he needs a monument, a gateway between the mortal and divine, a stairway to eternity. He commands his people to build it, not just a tomb, but a symbol that will outlast time itself, and so begins one of the greatest human projects ever attempted. Tens of thousands answer the call. Not slaves, as myths once claimed, but skilled workers, craftsmen, and farmers. They come willingly, proudly, for to serve the pharaoh is to serve the gods. During the months when the Nile floods and farming stops, the people come to Giza to work, to earn, and to build. Vast workers' villages rise near the plateau. Mud brick houses, bakeries, breweries, hospitals, and workshops fill the desert plain. This is no chaos. It is order on a scale the world has never seen. At dawn, the desert trembles with life. Thousands of men move as one, pulling sledges, chanting in rhythm, their bare feet digging into wet sand. Copper tools ring against limestone. Overseers shout commands. Smoke from bread ovens rises into the morning sky. The sound of labor becomes the pulse of a civilization. The Great Pyramid begins as a single stone, then another and another, until the horizon itself seems to shift beneath the weight of creation. The limestone for the core is quarried nearby, cut with copper chisels and wooden wedges soaked in water until the rock splits cleanly. For the inner chambers, they use granite from Aswan, a journey of over 900 kilometers down the Nile. Each block, some weighing several tons, is hauled by human strength alone. How they moved them remains one of the great mysteries, but modern discoveries reveal the brilliance behind it. Workers placed each block on a wooden sledge and poured water on the sand in front of it. The damp sand reduced friction, allowing the massive stones to glide forward more easily. Simple, ingenious, effective. But moving the stones was only the beginning. They had to be raised, lifted higher and higher as the pyramid grew toward the sky. Many believe the Egyptians built massive ramps, stretching from the desert floor to the rising structure. Others imagine a spiral ramp wrapping around the pyramid like a serpent of clay and limestone. Each theory reveals the same truth, that ancient engineers were masters of problem solving, using physics, teamwork, and sheer determination to defy the limits of their age. The alignment of the Great Pyramid is perfect. Its sides face the 4 cardinal directions with astonishing precision. The difference between its corners is less than the width of a human hand. It is aligned to the stars of Orion and the North Pole, connecting heaven and earth in geometry so exact that even modern technology struggles to replicate it. At the center of it all stands Hemiunu, Pharaoh Khufu's royal architect, a man whose mind could see in stone what others saw only in sand. He designs the pyramid not just as a tomb, but as a cosmic map. Each passage and chamber serves a purpose, to guide the pharaoh's soul to the afterlife. In Egyptian belief, the afterlife was not a dream, it was destiny. To build this structure was to shape eternity itself. Inside, the pyramid is a labyrinth of perfection. Narrow corridors climb toward the king's chamber, lined with blocks of red granite brought from the far south. Above it, a series of relieving chambers distribute the unimaginable weight above, preventing collapse, a design so advanced it took modern scientists thousands of years to understand. The Grand Gallery, vast and echoing, is a passage through time. Imagine torches flickering on polished stone, their light dancing as men haul granite beams upward, their chants echoing like thunder in a mountain of silence. Outside, life continues. The workers live in bustling camps. They share meals, songs, laughter. Beer is their water, rich in calories and safe to drink. They eat bread, fish, dates, and occasionally meat from cattle offered in sacrifice. They work under a scorching sun, but they are cared for, healed by physicians, and buried with honor when they die. They are not slaves. They are citizens, engineers, dreamers, people united by purpose. They may never see their pharaoh, but they believe they are building his bridge to the gods, and through that, a part of themselves will live forever. The years pass. Children grow up knowing nothing but the sight of stone rising into the sky. An entire generation lives and dies within the shadow of the pyramid. But at last, after decades of work, the final stones are set. The pyramid gleams in the sunlight, its surface covered in smooth white limestone casing stones, polished until it shines like a mirror. At dawn, it catches the first rays of the sun, a blinding flash of gold and fire across the desert. The people gather, priests chant ancient hymns, drums beat like a heartbeat beneath the sky, and high above, the final stone, the golden capstone, is lifted into place. When it catches the light, the pyramid becomes a beacon, a mountain of sun on earth. In that moment, the dream is complete. Khufu looks upon his creation and sees eternity. For generations after, the pyramid stands untouched, a symbol of divine order, power, and perfection. Inside its chambers lies not just the pharaoh's spirit, but the story of a civilization's soul. Time moves on, empires rise and crumble, sand covers the cities of the Nile, the names of kings fade into whispers. But the pyramid remains. It watches as Rome conquers the world. It watches as empires fall to dust. It watches as explorers arrive with wonder in their eyes. It survives everything, earthquakes, storms, and centuries of silence. And even now, in the 21st century, it defies understanding. How could ancient humans, without iron, wheels, or cranes, build something so vast, so precise, so perfect? Maybe the real answer lies not in the methods, but in the spirit behind them. The pyramid was not built by slaves. It was built by vision, by unity, by the will to reach beyond the limits of flesh and time. Every stone is a heartbeat, every layer a testament to human perseverance. It is not just the pharaoh's tomb, it is humanity's message to eternity. We were here. We dreamed. We built. 4,600 years later, the pyramid still stands, the only surviving wonder of the ancient world. Its shadow stretches across the desert, touching the sands where its builders once walked. The stars above it are the same ones they saw. The wind that whispers through its stones is the same breath that cooled their sweat. It remains a mystery and a miracle, a monument to the human spirit, proof that from dust we can reach the sky. The Great Pyramid is not just Egypt's story, it is ours. The story of what it means to be human, to imagine the impossible, to unite for a dream, and to leave behind something that defies time itself. And as the sun sets over the desert, its last light kisses the ancient stones. The pyramid glows, golden and still. It has outlived every empire, every ruler, every storm. And it will outlive us too. Because it was never just built from stone. It was built from belief, from hope, from humanity itself. And as long as it stands, the voice of those ancient builders still speaks to us across eternity, a whisper carried on the desert wind. We once reached for the impossible. So can you.